There may be more deals to come as China and U.S. officials meet today in Sweden. Bloomberg's Oliver Crook is in Stockholm, where those meetings are taking place. So certainly a win for the U.S. administration when it comes, of course, to that deal with the EU. How does that set us up for these negotiations with Chinese officials?
Yeah, well, we heard from Jamieson Greer, the U.S. trade representative, saying that basically they come into these discussions with China off of a big win on their trade negotiations with Japan, with the European Union, and as a consequence, they don't feel great pressure to strike a deal with China at the moment. We just had Scott Bessent and Jamieson Greer walk in right behind me there. We also had the Vice Premier of China just walk in about 30 or 40 minutes ago. Their meetings are now underway within the Prime Minister of Sweden's office, which he's sort of very kindly lent out for these trade negotiations. What we will have here likely over the next 48 hours are discussions about the panoply of issues that they disagree on trade and probably beyond. But before any of those issues get resolved in a permanent way, what they need to do is extend the runway for the trade truce that is currently in place between the United States and between China. U.S. currently has 30% tariffs on China. That is down from the 125% tariffs that they did have when there was the escalating tensions between the two sides. They brought that down. That is supposed to expire on August the 12th. So number one priority for the negotiators in those rooms is to extend that runway and then to start talking about the broader issues, the overcapacity that China sends out to the rest of the world, to the United States, other issues such as the continued purchase of Russian and Iranian crude oil, the issue of TikTok. Trump has said that there is a buyer in the United States. That still needs sign-offs from the Chinese side. But as usual with the Trump administration, the way into the conversation is through the trade plank, but there are a panoply of different issues that they want to discuss with the Chinese.